Well, good evening, friends. Welcome to Friarside Chat. I'm your deep fat friar, Pastor Andrew. Well, friends, the grass is green, the clover is growing. What day is approaching? We are all knowing. That's right, it's St. Patrick's Day. Joining us tonight is someone who's very familiar with all of the fun of St. Patrick's Day. Her brother, you probably have heard of him. He's been making breakfast charms for families since 1964. Joining us tonight, all the way from the end of the rainbow, is our friend, Lucy the Leprechaun. Lucy, are you there? Are you there, Miss Lucy?
Well, a fine good evening to you, Friar. You know, it's certainly good to see you. It's been said that two people shorten the road.
Two people shorten the road? Whatever that means. Lucy, why are you dressed like that?
Dressed like what there, Friar? Oh, you mean my green and my gold? Why, it's to celebrate St. Patty's Day, Friar.
What does St. Patrick's Day have to do with wearing green stuff and gold?
Of course you don't be knowing about it. You're not as lucky as I am. I've got gold on my tie and green in my hair. I can find a pot of gold anywhere. Why, having a party and dressing up is what St. Patty's Day is all about.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Well, yes, it is. I think I would know. I have the green and the gold. And, well, I Googled St. Patrick's Day ideas and even looked in the dollar store section of St. Patrick's Day stuff. You know, it's all about finding four-leaf clovers and wishing people good luck on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, Lucy, that's not what St. Patrick's Day is all about. Would you like to hear the real story about St. Patrick?
Well, sure I would. I would love to hear stories about parties and celebrations and lots of gold.
Well, then you probably won't like this story. You see, when Maewyn Succat was 16 years old, he was captured during a raid to his town, and he was sold into slavery in Ireland.
Wait a second. Who is this Maewyn fellow? Is that Macaulay Culkin's third cousin?
No relation to Macaulay Culkin that I'm aware of. Actually, we know Maewyn as St. Patrick today, but I'm not there in my story yet. When Maewyn was 16, he was captured and sent to be a slave in Ireland. For 6 long years, he was out alone by himself on the hillsides, tending sheep, being a shepherd. Every day he would pray, and as he prayed, his faith and trust in Jesus grew more and more. Finally, after about 6 years, Maewyn, in a dream, felt like God had spoken to him, and that he should go and get on a boat and go back to his homeland. So that night, he escaped. He went back, got on a ship, and headed back to his homeland. While he was there, he became a priest, and it was during that time that Maewyn changed his name to Patrick, which actually means father. Now, while Maewyn, or Patrick, had been studying, he felt like God was telling him he should go back and tell the Irish people the truth about Jesus, the same people who had been mean to him. Against his family's wishes, Patrick obeyed God's commands and went back to Ireland to tell the people the truth about Jesus, back to the ones who had made him a slave.
Oh, I bet he was really mad. I bet he's going to bust him with the Blarney Stone.
Actually, Lucy, Patrick went back to Ireland because God had given him a real love for the Irish people. Patrick began to preach and teach and tell people because while he was studying to be a priest, he had read a verse in Romans chapter 10 that says, "How can they call on the one that to save them unless they believe in him? And how can they believe in him if they've never heard about him? And how can they hear about him if no one will tell them?"
Friar, are you telling me that St. Patty's Day isn't about gold and green, but instead it's about telling others the truth about Jesus?
Actually, that's exactly what I'm saying. You see, Lucy, Patrick devoted the last 30 years of his life to telling the people of Ireland the truth that Jesus loves them. And so when we celebrate St. Patrick's Day, we should celebrate the treasure of the message about Jesus that he shared.
Wow, I didn't know that. All this time I thought it was about green everything and finding gold. You know, Friar, I learned a lot today. In fact, I'm going to go and tell my friends the real story about St. Patrick, and I'm going to do like he did and tell them about Jesus too. I'd better be going. May the road rise to meet you.
Well, that sounds really great, Lucy. Friends, there you have it. Did you know that St. Patrick was full of luck? No, not luck like we would think. Luck meaning living under Christ's kindness. So will you join me this week in following the example that St. Patrick set of telling others the truth about Jesus? Even maybe to those that haven't always treated us the best? If we'll do that, then we can share our luck with others. Friends, I want to leave you with a traditional Irish poem and blessing. It says this: May God give you for every storm a rainbow, for every tear a smile, for every care a promise, and a blessing in each trial. For every problem life sends, a faithful friend to share, and also may God give you an answer to this prayer. Thanks so much for joining us this week on Friarside Chat, friends. As always, I'm your deep fat friar, Pastor Andrew. We'll see you next time.